On this small blue planet, life is never at peace. From a distance, the beautiful golden African plains appear completely serene, a vast and quiet expanse stretching beneath a brilliant sky. But as the sun reaches its zenith, that beauty hides a harsher reality. This landscape transforms into a colossal furnace, where searing heat bakes the cracked earth, and every breath is a test of endurance. Out here, the struggle for survival never ends. Every footstep placed on this parched ground can tip the balance between life and death. It is into this arena that millions of lives are thrust each year. As the Great Migration cycle begins, a new generation is born directly onto the scorching soil. Survival is never a given. In this merciless environment, tomorrow must be actively earned through a daily battle against the cruelty of the wild. For a 40-pound newborn wildebeest, the biological demands are immediate. It must find the strength to stand within minutes of taking its first breath. The clock is already ticking. If this calf cannot coordinate its trembling legs into a full sprint, within just a few hours, it will not survive the night. A 10-pound Thompson's gazelle calf employs a different defense. Lacking the speed of the wildebeest, its survival depends on absolute stillness, blending into the withered grass while its mother stands guard. These infants are born into the path of opportunists. Silent, observant apex predators are already navigating the brush, drawn by the scent of the new arrivals. These wobbly, fragile sparks of life are about to embark on a cross-country trek through territory heavily guarded by nature's most lethal hunters. Their survival depends on a strategy that begins to unfold as the herd gathers. To survive the open plains, the wildebeest abandon individuality. They merge to form a flowing river of 1.7 million migrating bodies pushing through the dust. This density provides a collective armor. By packing tightly together, they utilize a mechanism known as predator swamping, an intentional oversaturation of the landscape with more prey than any hunter can consume. This strategy is built on scale. While the predator population remains stable, the wildebeest produce nearly 500,000 calves in a synchronized 3-week window. The sudden surge in numbers overloads the hunter's capacity to hunt. The herd also maintains a physical perimeter. Adult male wildebeests position themselves along the vulnerable flanks, using their 30-inch horns to aggressively shield the group. This massive collective functions as a coordinated, moving fortress, a living shield meticulously engineered by evolution to protect its most vulnerable members. Zebras often travel alongside the wildebeests, serving as the migration's early warning system. Dominant zebra stallions organize their families into tight-knit harems. They maintain constant 360-degree vigilance, watching for ambushes that the wildebeests might overlook. Predators counter these defenses with specialized speed. The cheetah, nature's most perfect speed machine, presses flat against the grass before it explodes forward into a high-velocity chase. The Thompson's gazelle responds with a calculated display called stotting. By jumping stiff-legged into the air, the gazelle signals its physical strength, warning the cheetah that a pursuit would be a waste of energy. If the cheetah persists, the gazelle utilizes sharp, zigzag running patterns. These sudden turns force the predator to constantly correct its momentum, rapidly draining its limited reserves of kinetic energy. These interactions define the open plains. It is a landscape shaped by a strict evolutionary arms race of specialized speed, of calculated signaling, and cross-country endurance. The journey eventually reaches its most dangerous geographical bottleneck, the steep, muddy banks of the Mara River. Thousands of animals pile up at the water's edge, their momentum stalled by the sheer drop. The air fills with frantic calls as the lead animals hesitate, sensing the danger beneath the current. Massive 16-foot Nile crocodiles wait in silence. They remain motionless near the riverbanks, relying on the murky water to conceal their approach. Tension builds as the lead animals are caught between two deaths, the crushing weight of the million-strong herd pressing from behind, and the jaws waiting in the water ahead. The pressure finally snaps. The herd spills into the river in a frantic scramble, hooves churning the water as they fight to reach the safety of the far bank. The river crossing acts as a severe evolutionary filter. It culls the weak and the exhausted, demanding a heavy toll from the collective for the right to continue. On the far bank, the adrenaline fades into exhaustion. Survivors drag themselves through the thick mud, their bodies spent from the effort of the crossing. Mothers and calves call out to one another until they are reunited. For those who reach the shore, the gamble has paid off with another day of life. This journey proves that on the Savannah, individual strength must bow before the endurance of the collective. This migration drives the pulse of the continent. Millions of hooves distribute nutrients across the plains and shape the grasslands, fueling the African ecosystem's eternal wheel. As the sun sets on another day of survival, the Great Migration continues, a testament to the unbreakable bond of unity and the resilience of life on our blue planet.